Welcome, welcome. We are doing skill number, I believe it's 6, helping our distributors get off to a good start, right? So just in general, what are you think of the kinds of things that you think would help anybody get off to a good start? In anything you do in life. It doesn't have to be exactly what Eric Worre talks about, but what are some things that we can do to help people get off to good starts on things? So Patty, you had your hand up. I think somebody else did as well.
You know, Nikki, I just want to say this because we all know that it's something we're supposed to do, but I've been having team members go, wow, when I do a connection call with Chris and Nikki, it makes such a difference. So connecting them, I think, is such an important part.
And I'm going to just get that even more general. I totally agree, Patty, but in life, when somebody starts something new, if they feel more connected in some way to what's happening, to what's possible, doesn't it make sense that they're going to have a better start? We had some friends over the other night and we played a game. And the way they explained it, my truth, and the way they explained it was horrible. I couldn't understand what the goal was. I couldn't understand where we were going. I just didn't understand. I had no connection. So I was just like so frustrated. I was just doing anything. I was putting this card here and this card here. And they say, why are you doing that? And I said, because I don't get anything we're doing. Like, I don't get it. So clearly having some picture, having a vision of where you're going to any new thing, and hopefully that welcome call gives somebody that vision. So what other kinds of things are good for helping people get started?
Introducing a system, like a series of steps for them that they can go to, that that helps them as they start. So having the system in place.
And so having them understand that there is a system and where they find it, and there's step 1, there's step 2, there's step 3. So this is just general, because we're going to come back to these things. Denise.
I just think leading by example is a great way. Like, show them what you're doing, and be consistent in that so that they can follow that. They see every day what you're doing and they can follow it.
You know, I love that you brought that up, Denise, because it's sort of like guiding them. You know, this is where I find, somebody says, where do I get a new video? This is where I find my videos. I go to this, and you direct them rather than just giving them the answer, rather than just, because what's one of our goals? What's one of our goals with our new partners? Biggest goal we could possibly have?
Duplication. Independence.
Independence. Independence. So if we're hand feeding them and handing them everything they need, it's not going to create any kind of independence. Now, clearly there are times where people come onto your team and they're in an extremely busy season of their life. They're also go-getters. So for those people, you may do it slightly differently, but I just think guiding them, telling them where you found it. I click this, I click this, I click this, and this is the video I came up with. Maybe someone who's in such a busy season, you could actually put all that and put the end result, but they're seeing that there's a method to your madness. You're not just handing it to them on the plate. So creating independence, having them feel connected. Those are the two biggies.
I have one.
Yeah.
I have one. I really think it's important to expose them to the company culture through the team and the company events, because I came in a less than stellar circumstance, and it really was being exposed to the culture of the company and the Juice Plus people that really sealed the deal for me. I realized there was something so much bigger than myself and so much bigger than what I saw.
Holly, that's really great, and it gets us back to that deep connection. Not only are they connecting to me as the next bigger piece, right? First, they only know about Juice Plus through you. Then maybe they know it through me. Then they need to see the team. They need to be connected to the larger culture. Really important. So we get back to that connection, independence, and there's different levels of each of these, right? At the beginning, independence could look like they've gone to Facebook and they just looked up Unit 1 by themselves. They set up you guided them with the graphics that we have in a Unit 1. How many of you are familiar with the units on our Facebook, Turn Up the Heat Facebook group? So we have units there. On the left side, if you're on your laptop, on your handheld, on your phone, it's going to be that you're going to scroll to the left underneath the banner to find the word units. But we actually have a unit there that says, go do this, then click on this, then click on this, and tells them exactly how to set up their website. So can you imagine if you're bringing in lots of reps at one time, that time saver, and also the person, how like they feel like they've accomplished the first thing. They set up their website following the graphics. So again, connection, pointing them to the system, not hand-holding in the sense of feeding them everything, but hand-holding them in the sense of walking across the street with them, right? Having the activity, doing the activity. Anything else?
I think having, setting up like the group Voxer with their upline mentors so they know that they can have a question and put it there and it's going to be answered has been really valuable.
Absolutely. So if we talk about what our system looks like, is they have signed their app, maybe you've helped them set up their website via the unit, or you sent them those graphics maybe. So they've set up their website, you know they have, because they sent you back their nikki.juiceplus.com. When they've done that, then you know they've set up their website, right? And that's what if you look at Unit 1, the last sentence is, please send me back your website name, right? So when they've done that, you know they've completed all the steps. So then, of course, once they've done that, you're going to want to get them on Voxer. And if, in fact, they want to make the next step, if, in fact, they want to do their Partner Plus and their QSC, some people very clearly are coming in for getting a discount on their own product, being paid, so to speak, to eat their Juice Plus. But for those people that want to go to the next level, they're going to go to the Freedom Revolution and watch the Getting Started video with Jennifer Myers and Dr. Mitra Ray. Then you're going to get them on a welcome call with me. So it's getting bigger and bigger each time. They see Facebook, they see Freedom Revolution, they get to meet me. And of course, if we can get them on this call, hopefully they're going to see all of you beautiful faces and you're taking notes and you're listening and you're happy. And who wouldn't want to be with this group? You know, who wouldn't want to be with us? We're wonderful. We're fun. We're up to something. We got a mission in life, right? So letting them to see a little bit about who we are. So I want to go back to a few things. Is there any more comments before I get into a couple things that Eric Worre specifically talks about as well?
I like helping people identify their why too. I like really knowing that coming out of the gate.
Kirsten, I probably would have glossed over that, and it is the most important thing to start off with somebody. So, and oftentimes that will happen on the call with me, if it hasn't already. My intention on that welcome call is to make sure that we are very clear that they know their why. And how many of you on this call are not clear on your why yet? Is there anybody that's not clear? Raise your hand if you're open to playing with me, if you're not clear on your why. Okay, looks like everybody is very clear because nobody's hand's gone up, or you're.
I saw hands,
Naomi raised her hand.
and Stephanie did. Stephanie
Okay.
Pepper raised her hand.
Okay, let's do it. Naomi, I know you'll play with me. Will you play with me here in front of all these people?
Yes. When you say raise your hand, am I supposed to do it there, or is there a little?
There's
that's
that's for you just waving, because I'm going to see that when you go like
Okay.
that, I'm going to see it.
Okay. Okay.
And you know what? We now have 2 pages. We didn't have 2 groups before, but now we do. So, okay, so Naomi, your why. So tell me why you think you're wanting to do our business.
Well, because I'm not doing much bookkeeping anymore and I need a new purpose. I was ready to not do bookkeeping anymore anyway, but now that I've become more rested, I mean, I always had a great passion for this. My issue is getting behind the money part of it, but I know that if I really start engaging with people again, the money will come.
So when you say
I have a difficult time putting money first. Let's put it that way.
okay, so you don't really have to put money first. There's something, and I love that Mitra, hopefully, by the way, all of you, is there anybody that's not yet had an opportunity, and it's okay if you haven't, to see Mitra closing out our Juice Plus Live conference? Is there anybody that has not seen that? Would you like wiggle your hand? Okay, Laurel, you have not had a chance to see it, and Christina has not seen it, and Sarah, you have not seen it. Great. Is there anybody on page 2 that has not yet seen it? Okay, Bonnie. So I'm going to really, really encourage you to watch it, and I've made it easy for you. If you go to Turn Up the Heat Facebook group, it's about the third or fourth message down. I actually watched her the other day, and I did it with a screen share with Zoom because I wasn't sure that the link worked easily. So Mitra's close is on Turn Up the Heat Facebook. And the reason I'm encouraging you to do that is because on Tuesday night, we're jumping off from that video to do what we're going to do Tuesday night as a team, which is an interactive call around setting up what you want from this business. And Mitra sets a great stage for us to do the call Tuesday night. So one of the things Mitra says, though, is your brain, yes, many of you say that you just want to help people or you'd like to impact people. The brain needs something concrete. It doesn't complete what it needs to complete unless it has some visual concreteness to it. So concreteness, do you all like the way I invent words? I know it's not a real word. To have something concrete though, could look like I want to make $500 a month. Even though that's not what pulls you, it's going to pull your brain in a way that your brain can't be pulled with I want to help a lot of people. Way too out there. Now there is one other thing you can do. If you have a sticky situation with money, which most people do, I'm just going to offer you to get over it and find a way to get over it. That's easy, right, Laurel? Right? Just like get over it. Some of you say, I don't want anything. I just want to help people. And if I said to you, if I gave you $10,000 a month, could you help a lot of people?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. So money is simply an energy exchange, but if that doesn't get you over the hump of that, continue to work on it. But I'll tell you, if you want something concrete, then just say to yourself, I want to impact 100 people. I want to impact 10 people. Come up with something concrete, because if you're impacting 100 people with you and your team, your check is going to be way more than $500 a month. Just saying. So your brain needs something concrete. So Naomi, if in fact though, I know that you don't want to see money first, but now with not doing bookkeeping, aren't you in a little bit of a gap?
Yes, I definitely am.
So what do you need to fulfill that gap?
Probably about $1,000 a month.
Okay, so $1,000 a month. So one thing is, guess what we all get to do on this call? She's got a lot of power behind her now. What if everybody on this call envisioned for Naomi over the next few months? Boy, I sure hope that Naomi gets her check up to $1,000 a month. What if like everybody just did that energetically? Right? I know a lot of you know about that. It would make a difference for Naomi knowing that people were actually supporting her. So with $100 a month, what would you feel differently? Not what would you do with it so much, but how would you feel differently than you are right now, Naomi?
I would feel more relaxed about my future, where I'm going to live. I live in like paradise and I don't want to leave here. But in reality, it's very inexpensive to live here compared to any place else. But I have skirted through life on the very minimum and with my bookkeeping. So anyway, it's a complete mindset. So I just got to get focused.
So $1,000, if you just get into the feeling of it, it's going to bring Naomi a big sense of relief. We know that she needs that to live on. Some other people may not need it to live on per se. They may need it to do something extra in their life. But this is going to create a huge relief for Naomi. And Naomi, when you're in the sense of relief and you're not holding on to something, we just did a great exercise on that, and you've let go of something, what else is there potential for you when you've let go of something?
You allow something else.
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, but what did she say?
You allow something else, but I was really trying to get her to do it, Stephanie.
Well, it allows more joy.
It allows more joy.
Yeah,
what's possible in your life when you're feeling more joy?
A lot more fun.
And when you're having fun and more joy, what are you probably attracting, Naomi?
Oh, more people.
More fun. More people
Yes.
in your life. I know you know about attraction. So
yes.
if you they can take it right down to the deep core of somebody, and they take that deep breath and they have that thunk in their heart, that's when they know their why. It either brings them joy, it makes them cry. I call it the thunk in your heart. That's what we need to do. So Kirsten, thank you so much for reminding us of that. So at the beginning, to get them off to a good start, is all those things we said: connection, that we eventually want independence, we want them on Voxer, we want them to set up their website. But the beginning of all that, none of that matters unless they have a why. And if their why is really, you've asked a million questions, you've gone as deep as you can go, and it's just to get their product for less, then they don't need to do a bunch of stuff. And you don't need to bother to spend a bunch of time with them trying to get them to do a bunch of stuff. You just need to love on them where they're at. Let them know what's happening. Keep them appraised of stuff that's happening, because at some point they could change their mind, but you don't need to focus there a lot. Anybody have any questions?
Nikki, I
Yeah.
just want to say that when I first started, I became a rep so that I could get it at less. And Sandy Morris was my sponsor, and I told her, but do not bug me. I do not want to do this as a business. And then what happened after about 6 months or even a year, I had so many people I was sending to other people. I mean, I had people come to me and say, what are you doing? You're different, you know? So then, anyway, so then I finally ended up, because somebody insisted, no, I don't want to buy it from somebody else. I want to buy it from you. You have to sell it to me. And that's how I got started, actually.
And I remember, Naomi, when you became a comma mama.
You remember what?
You became a comma mama. That's somebody.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Check. Which is exactly what we're talking about right now. You were a comma mama when you were active. You could do it again.
Yeah.
Just thought. So we are at the end of 20 minutes. I didn't get to go over this, so I think we're going to just do a part 2 for this chapter, which is chapter 9, helping your new distributor get off right, get started. That didn't sound right at all. Helping your new distributor get started right. And of course, we are using the GoPro book. For all of you that don't know, it's really our Bible. Mine is falling apart. For those of you, I love what Brandy, who's really taken off in our business. She's not on our call, I don't think, this morning, but she's just gone from being very, very inactive for about 3 years to just selling more tower gardens than anybody else on our team, bringing in 4 reps. And I said, what's the difference? She goes, I finally got around to reading this book. So just saying. All right, everybody, have a absolutely fabulous day. Tuesday night, we are going to help you with how to create a container for you to move forward with. And we're going to work with Catherine Lee's stuff on that, but you gotta need to listen to Dr. Mitra Ray's video on Turn Up the Heat Facebook group. All right, everybody.
Thanks, Nikki.
Goodbye, everybody.